Hey guys, did you hear about that pony fan fiction?
Which one?
Oh god.
It's NSF. Well, it's called Molestia.
Okay, no, you're
And-
done. Nope. You're done.
Hello, everyone, Nekokitwolf here
Welcome.
Nope.
with their hosts.
Welcome to the Digmcast. Fuck.
That was horrible.
Fuck. I'm Digmbot.
Was that just slow clap?
That's
I think it was.
Pervert Kitwolf, MikeMatrix, and Ylwranger. Oh my god. What the hell did we just start off with?
I don't know, but I kind of
This
want to
is-
find that GIF now.
No. No.
It's me,
please.
Camera-
guys.
camera,
I didn't
stop.
want to disappoint.
Alright.
I didn't want to disappoint.
Let's get rolling with the show tonight. The first thing I want to talk about is... Bunny's under the weather, so she won't be joining us. Thank you, Mike. We've got our gift for tonight.
I
What?
knew you would like that.
What happened?
Oh my god. I'll put that up in a minute. Alright. First off, let's talk about Hearthstone. Because Blizzard just dropped the ban hammer.
Oh man, it wasn't a bad hammer. It was like a fucking giant black hole open in the sky.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
What happened? I'm
Hold
sorry, I've been under the rock called Destiny for the past 2 months.
I've been under the rock called Work and Armor.
Arma 3.
Yeah, we just discovered before the show that Mike has 626 hours in Arma 3 now.
626 hours.
In my defense, I'm not
Fuck.
spending most of the time playing. I'm actually spending most of the time, like, developing missions, etc.
So, I'm going to throw the link into the... I'll put it in the stream chat as well as in our host chat for you guys. But the long and the short of it is Blizzard has banned several thousand Hearthstone accounts that were botting.
This was a major
Wow.
problem when I started playing again. It was like, wait, what? What? No, why?
What's butting?
Botting.
Botting?
B-O-T-T-I-N-G. So,
Oh, botting, I see.
It sounded like Dub said budding. It's okay.
sorry.
I thought he said
Yeah.
botting.
Don't
Like-
butt in.
Yeah. But, so people figured out how to automate Hearthstone gameplay, which I'm sure actually wasn't that complicated. And Blizzard has banned them all until 2015. And it's pretty standard Blizzard fare. Anybody that has played WoW or competitive StarCraft, this is a thing that Blizzard will do. They are not going to let you cheat in their games. So,
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
Good, I wish Call of Duty would do something like that.
I didn't dig into it real
Yep.
deep because I'm familiar with the way they ban, but if they're following standard practice, there's no appealing, there's no apologizing. Once Blizzard drops the ban on you, you are gone until they say you can come back.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Blizzard.
There's a flaw if, like, someone hacked into your account and started doing something, but it's...
Yeah,
Well,
Most likely
then
not.
you have your...
Your account's probably still banned.
there is recourse for that, though.
well, you
Blizzard-
can,
So,
you can, like, tell them that your account has been compromised.
they will verify it,
Okay.
but
They will verify that your account has been compromised, but, yeah.
Like what, it was accessed from a separate IP or something?
yeah.
Something like that, or that your passwords have suddenly changed in emails or whatever. Like, stuff changes. It's not like your account is compromised. Oh,
It
it's
changes
just-
your password to botting for life.
Oh god,
Oh, man, that's a cat.
So,
Yes,
Cat
that
ass.
is certainly a cat. Yeah.
As
Yes.
a kitty.
but yeah, I'm only a little surprised that it took this long for them to ban a bunch of people. Because you can tell when somebody's botting in that game. You really can. The gameplay decisions make no logical sense. So, but I'm
If
glad.
it's a bad bot.
Yeah.
Why would one do something like that?
So they can get the points racked up.
Yep.
Oh.
Right off the bat,
Even
I
if you
can-
lose?
Yeah, the thing is, like, you win sometimes, and thus you get points automatically. So you don't
No.
have to do it, right?
It's for lazy ass people who want all the points in the world and be badasses.
Basically. It's,
They want their name on that leaderboard. Oh, buddy.
I'm sure people were doing it to get the card backs as well, because that can be a little tedious. It's not like it's hard to get to level 20, but still, I could see people doing it because people suck. So, but yeah, that literally just like came out of nowhere. There was like no prior announcement, discussion, or anything. Blizzard was just like, BAM!
You know, that makes the most sense, because then people will just prepare for it.
Yeah, if you say like, oh, if we find evidence of botting on your account, you will be banned. Then a bunch of people will just stop doing it,
Yep.
and you won't catch all the real perpetrators.
You said that
Sorry,
so violently.
I'm sorry. I'm in a silly mood because I has key.
I think Ylwranger actually accidentally became German there.
It sounded like it for a minute.
Sorry.
It's fine. So yeah, that's just kind of the first little story that we had for tonight. The next thing I want to talk about a little bit is Borderlands, the pre-sequel. So
I know has.
we have been playing the crap out of it. What I wanted to talk about is the overall reaction to the game. Like, if you guys want to see an extremely negative reaction to Borderlands the pre-sequel, go watch Total Biscuit's video on it. Like,
I saw a bunch of his stuff on Twitter. Was talking about, he's like, you guys know already my biases. Why are you surprised by my decision as such and such and such?
I wasn't surprised by the opinions. I was a little surprised by how angry he was throughout the whole video.
Well, I mean, his circumstances. I wouldn't be surprised if.
I mean, like,
shouldn't talk about this game.
I mean, he was genuinely pissed off. Like, I'm surprised he didn't pop a blood vessel in his head.
Oh God.
He was angry. So, he even at one point blatantly says, "I hate everything about this series," and he doesn't know why it exists.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's a little harsh.
Yeah. It was interesting.
It could not be.
That's oddly harsh for TV, actually.
Yeah, that's even harsh for him.
Yeah.
I think you could not like it, but he usually puts in something like, this isn't the kind of game that I like, but take it for what I've shown you, and maybe you like it.
The acknowledgement that he makes to that in that video is, you guys know I don't like Borderlands, but if this is your type of game, then you already know what you're getting into. And then he starts ranting about how it's not actually a sequel or a prequel. And there's also a good 3 minutes.
Well, it's a pre-sequel.
Yeah,
it's called a pre-sequel.
There's also a good 3 minutes where he just goes on and on about how 2K and Gearbox seem to excel in writing characters that he hates. So, it's pretty harsh video.
Well, it's not like they're doing it on purpose.
No, it's pretty harsh video even for him. I will say, I really enjoy Borderlands the pre-sequel. Steam, this is not the time for your bullshit. Thank you. I've got 46 hours into the pre-sequel already. I've finished the game with Claptrap and with Nisha, and I'm about a quarter of the way through True Vault Hunter mode with Nisha. I will never fucking play Claptrap again, no. Fuck Claptrap.
And you say, me with armor, and I have a problem?
Don't you dare go after me for Destiny, because I will cut someone.
One thing I will say about Borderlands, though, is the skills in this game. Like, Claptrap he's fun at first, and then he gets really fucking annoying. We were killed more times towards the end of the game by Claptrap's action skill doing something stupid in the middle of a boss fight than from anything else.
Oh, that's frustrating.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
But
see, I don't like Borderlands, so I can't really put an opinion on it.
But on the opposite end of the scale, the Lawbringer is so broken, it's not even funny.
Like OP broken or broken?
OP broken. One of her skills gives her a duplicate of whatever pistol she has in her hand. And I did the math when I was playing right before the show. When I hit my action skill with all of my other passives, she's up to 350% bonus gun damage. She crits every time she fires from the hip, whether she's in or out of her action skill, her reload speed and gun swap speed go up to 156% of normal. And
that is
so that's OP
incredibly
broken.
Yeah.
powerful.
Also, her showdown skill, what it does is she auto-targets enemies for you. So, you press F, you hold down the left mouse button, and everything dies. She also has a skill that every time you kill an enemy while your skill's activated, you get more time on it. Now, let's put
where's Blizzard then?
Yeah.
Because they should be getting you for botting.
Yeah, basically. And what makes it worse...
And also, with that in mind, I'm kind of not surprised TV with his opinionated part about Borderlands already.
Yeah, he was not a fan.
And then something like that coming around, and it's like obviously broken.
I don't think he knows about the E-gun that's in that game, because if he did, he definitely would have raged about it. It's a laser, continuous beam laser, and continuous damage, it gains 214% damage buff. So, I can technically take my character up to almost 600% extra damage, auto-lock on.
And then pop your ultimate and just become a god of guns?
Basically,
like, what the fuck?
Why?
When we fought the final boss, like, you guys know how tough Borderlands bosses can be. Once we got his... Yeah, once we got his shield down, this thing is like not Terramorphous, but more like Pete the Invincible from Borderlands 2. Once I got his shield down, and this is in co-op, so it was scaling to us. Once we got his shield down, and I was able to latch onto him with the laser, entire final boss health bar gone in 3.5 seconds.
Why?
Wait till you guys get to take on Axion. You're going to be so excited.
Seriously, like, just thinking about the skill. I don't play the game. I already know this is like beyond broken.
She's broken. She's really broken. The game is still a blast, though. It has a lot of the new characters aren't that great, but one of them in particular is hilarious. And I'm not going to spoil a couple things because Thay hasn't gotten to them yet, and I know some other people watching haven't, but there's some genuinely funny moments in the game.
You know what's broke? My wallet from this new product.
Oh, God. One
know
last thing,
what's
Nico.
broke?
Okay.
That water in that GIF.
Yeah, it is broken. I don't have a lot of screen room, sorry. One last thing that I think is, and this is not really a spoiler, when you get to the second playthrough of Borderlands the pre-sequel, the game, a lot of the story is told through narration between characters in your Echo device up at the top right. When you play through it the second time, they're switched out and replaced by Tiny Tina and Brick. And
I like Tiny Tina.
Tina's hysterical. She starts tickling Brick at one point, and he is yelling at her stop, and she goes, deal with it, hashtag deal with it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's...
Jesus!
What the...
Sorry, my phone has an Amber Alert going off. I don't know why Apple does that to me.
You've been kidnapping kids?
No! Like, every time there's an Amber Alert, my phone fucking freaks out and turns into the emergency broadcast system.
Yeah, that was pretty loud. Not gonna lie. So Nico was going to segue into...
It's silent.
Anki race cars. These things are amazing, and Ranger's the one that brought it up, so I'm totally gonna let Ranger talk about it.
All right, can you pull up the website so that
I actually
that happens in the background?
I was looking for a YouTube video, but what's the linky to the
it's
website?
in the chat. It's in the chat.
Do you remember how many times I had to reconnect to this chat?
Oh, for fuck's sake! Okay, hold on.
Let me get it for you.
Is it just right there? Anki Drive.
Thank you, Mike.
Just Anki.com. Yeah,
oh, God, how do I make it be quiet?
So
Jesus Christ. Hold on, Ranger.
There's a microphone. There's a microphone.
Oh.
At the bottom video. Just tell it to be quiet. So, what Anki is it's a combination of two different things. There's a in real life playboard, cars in real life, and then an app for your phone. And you race against your friends on the board with the cars, and you control the cars with the app. But the app, it doesn't look like a racing game. like you would think that it would look like a racing game of what's going on in front of you. It's just like a HUD. So like you can tell it to go faster, or use your defense, or use your weapons, and all this kinds of stuff. And the cars respond on the track to what you do.
It is,
and I think it's
cool.
really fun. Yeah, there's different cars that you can unlock, which is fun, and the I don't know. It's tough because it seems as though it's really, really fun to do, and I was like, oh my god, I would buy this in a second. Scroll down on the website. The startup is about $200 to start with a couple cards.
No.
So,
maybe one day they'll be $100 more cheaper.
Yeah, and like another thing is that the cars are $50 a pop, and one of the cars, the newest one that came out, is like a super OP, can have 2 weapons, and all the other ones only get 1 weapon, you know. But when you spend $50 of your money to be like, I want this cool OP car, I can't wait, and when you get it, it's locked, and you can't use it until you beat them on the racetrack, which is a cool idea, but like I spent $50 to have a car and I can't have it.
It's kind of rude. You paid for the content. You should be able to use your content.
But
this is like uber broken in real life DLC problems.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
a really, really fun idea. It's so cool. And the cars know exactly where they are on the track. Like, when the race is over and you're done, like, there's no more control on the thing, the cars will go around the lap and they will pull up next to each other. Like, the cars know it's like super smart cars going on. And I think it's totally fun, but for me, you gotta chop at least $100 off the startup price. At least.
Mike seems very
and I'm just
here.
like... I'm like... Oh, great. You managed how... I literally saw students essentially make robots that do the same thing. Like, precise controlling in an enclosed environment. As like a student project on... Not as a university project, but actually like as a... Like, after 2 years of learning programming, you do this sort of project. So I'm kind of like... Oh, cool, you managed to do Bluetooth in a car and some sensor technology and fix it together.
Mike's a downer.
Sell it for goddamn $200. Okay.
Yeah, I think the inflated price tag is probably because they have like a company and they need to pay all the people that help develop everything. And to be honest, how it controls looks really, really clean. Like, I feel like you probably
I'm not doubting it. It's just like I'm not really that impressed. I mean, it's cool, but I wouldn't play it. I wouldn't spend any money on it.
I think I would play it in the reference of like the crowd pleaser kind of Wii game sense. But would you pay $200 for a crowd pleaser game? No. It's not even a crowd pleaser until you buy extra cars.
I'd rather get a, like... I would go back and get like a Wii and put that up, because I'm guessing it's gonna be more fun and more enjoyable in the long run.
I do think the concept of it's really cool, though.
Oh yeah, I'm not denying that. It's just like I can see myself getting bored after 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said before, as soon as I saw it, I went straight to the website and I was like, "This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Sign me up." And I started scrolling down, looking at the price tags. I'm like, I'm not gonna spend $200 on this.
Yeah.
I would potentially go up to 50, but that's like my upper limit for something like that.
It's 50 a car.
And that is the point. I'm not gonna spend like $200 for the standard set and then spend $50 a car to actually get something that I want to drive around.
Well, no, the $200 includes 2 cars.
Do you guys know what's awesome as hell and won't break your wallet? No.
Wait for you to make a segue. I'm just waiting.
X-Wing and TIE Fighter are now available on GOG.com for $20 for both of them. Ranger is
I'm-
super unimpressed.
Wait,
All
I hear in the background
wait.
is tap 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 tap.
Wait,
That's all I
Ranger,
hear.
don't tell me you've never played those games.
Oh my gosh, it's okay, Ranger. I haven't either.
They are
But
amazing.
I also know what they are.
So
Yeah, I know what they are.
You just killed my childhood.
yeah, mine too. They are what got me like really into PC gaming. They're amazing, especially TIE Fighter, because nobody
Well, that
was...
explains it, doesn't it? I was on console, you nub.
Oops.
Well, yeah, you still aren't really.
Jesus.
You're still not really a PC gamer. It's okay. I'm kidding.
I am kinda.
Before you start yelling at me, I was just teasing.
It's like the earliest of early flight sims, right?
Yeah, it
Kind
was
of
one
like
of the
that.
first space sims, which actually just dumped you out into a mission area and let you do what you wanted to. And TIE Fighter,
Yeah.
they've really surprised us because people are like, "What? We don't want to play TIE Fighter. We don't want to fly for the bad guys." And then the game turned out to be amazing.
It was a really fucking good game. Like, back then, I have so many memories of that.
They did a lot of things that were really innovative for the time. When you attack big capital ships in those games, you can go blow the individual shield generators off the Star Destroyers. You can blow up the weapon turrets to give yourself clear areas to fly into to fight. It's
Yeah.
really
It's
complicated.
really cool.
And they're hard.
Yeah.
Those games are hard. But the real reason I mentioned it is because more news about it came out today. It's not just X-Wing and TIE Fighter that GOG has access to. They've got a lot of Lucasfilm or LucasArts back catalog of games available now. I'm just looking at it right now, and they've got Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. They've got Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. They've got The Secret of Monkey Island Special Edition and the original Sam and Max.
Also, aren't they gonna bring out some of their old games? Like LucasArts had a lot of
Well, Nico,
those old-fashioned Sierra game-like games, right?
yeah, that's actually kind of what Sam and Max did. Sam and Max and this version of Monkey Island that's on here, this is the first Monkey Island. Those are two 20-plus-year-old games.
And I've seen them, and they're cool.
So, and they're all cheap. The most expensive stuff in here is the X-Wing and TIE Fighter for $9.99. You can get Knights of the Old Republic for $10, which is way worth it. Like Ranger, Knights of the Old Republic would be a great one for you.
See, the great thing about this is that GOG is not that expensive. I've seen like the price is $50 for a set of games.
Yeah.
And usually they go on sale. Like they have these huge ass sales, like Steam sale, but GOG.
Right now.
Also, you don't have to deal with Steam.
Yeah, right now GOG is offering 10% off the Witcher 3 pre-order. Game's not even out. Game's not even out,
They
and
do
GOG
that a
has it
lot.
on sale. So
They actually do that
Steam
for
did
a
that
lot of their
too.
pre-orders.
They also did, I think, the old Fallout games. They gave them away for free and stuff like that. So that's really fucking cool.
I got.
If
I
we mean old
like the
Fallout, we
approach
mean
to-
like old Fallout,
Yeah.
not the new remake.
the Fallout.
The real game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the actual like
Well-
top-down sort of.
They I
Remember
bought
that?
Yes. I bought
So
something
good.
earlier this year, and they gave me Witcher 2 Enhanced Edition with all the DLC for free.
Oh yeah, I got that because they're the people who made The Witcher or something like that. I forget what it
No,
was.
they're not.
Am I thinking the wrong thing? Maybe I am.
And I know just recently I signed up for the alpha and the beta to test the GOG client that's coming out. And one of the ways they decided to test the server architecture, because the actual client doesn't exist yet, but the back end is there, they're like, well, we need to test it somehow, so everybody gets Aliens vs. Predator for free. Go play online. So, yes, Nico, it's... we also should... Little disclaimer, Nico has problems with Steam that nobody has ever been able to replicate.
What kind of problems do you have, Nico? Because
I'm
I
not
have
explaining.
zero problems with Steam.
Me either.
I am not going to go through the long
As I
long
say that-
list.
As I say that, Steam decided to go into offline mode. Like literally, I have my friends list over here.
That's so funny. Steam is perfect. Crashes.
That time it was
Can I
absolutely
add
impressively
something to the
good.
list, by the way?
Yeah,
Of
go
the
ahead.
killer list?
Yeah, because we're going to hit a couple things...
Next segment?
Yeah, we're going to hit a couple segments real quick here because there's just some random news I want to talk about. So, Grand Theft Auto 5 owners. Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming to the new consoles. If you own it on the old consoles and you buy it on the new console as well, Rockstar is going to give you a whole bunch of exclusive content.
No fair.
In other news of developers doing things that people think are unfair, Mewtwo is back in Smash Bros. For the Wii U, but you can only get him if you own a 3DS and Smash Bros. For it, and a Wii U and Smash Bros. For it.
Wait, those accounts are linked?
Yeah, everything's linked through your Nintendo login.
Oh.
Yeah.
They didn't used to be, but earlier this year when they did the big 3DS software update, they put in a link.
Which I probably totally did do.
Does your 3DS still work?
I haven't turned it on in like more than 6 months.
You're dead to
I'm
me.
fairly
Get
sure.
out.
You can kick me off the call if you want to.
No, because that'll end the call.
No,
actually, I
Mike's
haven't
Oh,
call.
Mike's hosting?
Yeah.
Well, anyways, yeah, you probably have it. The new Pokemon demo is on the system, and it's actually a lot of fun, too. It's annoying, though.
I still never finished the Pokemon I got it
And
for.
again, you don't have to do what you have to do over and over and over again.
Fair
It's
enough.
actually all optional. Everything is.
So, I want to ask you guys, because we just had two things that are very similar. I don't like this trend that I'm seeing with stuff. I don't like that Nintendo's like, oh yeah, you can have this character if you buy both systems and 2 copies of the game. And then I really don't like what Rockstar is doing by giving people exclusive content for buying 2 copies of the same game with a graphical upgrade.
I think they
there's a
went.
difference between the two.
Well, the thing is they released Grand Theft Auto 5 right before the big console shift over,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they were not expecting for the Xbox One to be as popular as it has been, because there was a lot of people, including myself, that was like, "Fuck it, I'm not getting it. That's bullshit. I don't want it." You know,
Yeah.
I have one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people that were sounding just like me. They have one. And so I think
still
that they
have a lot of
want
problems with that
people to
console.
buy. Yeah, they still want
Yeah.
people to buy the game, and I think that they feel like they're missing out on having not released it for both originally.
Yeah.
So
Well-
they want you to play it with a graphical upgrade, and if they sweeten the deal, maybe you'll do it anyway and keep giving them money.
Well, you know,
But I'm not
Can
know-
we just go back
But they
to
said that
goddamn-
DLC could be rebought though.
Yeah.
That
You
and
know-
stuff like that.
you know what a massive group of gamers are that would love to play Grand Theft Auto 5 with a graphical upgrade? Right fucking
sounds
here with
like-
mouse and keyboards in their hands. God damn it, Rockstar!
I thought you were gonna say 3DS died. God, fucking put her on there.
Wii U owners.
Where are you?
Can we just go back to something that like Valve does, where they have like an engine and like their games is built on the engine, and they build new games on the engine and improve on that engine, and then suddenly they're like, oh yeah, you know that game you bought like
But then
you
nothing
know
will come out free.
years ago? Yeah, we're gonna graphically upgrade that because our engine evolved,
Yeah.
so you can play it on your new systems and on Linux.
But as
Because
the,
you know.
Welcome to the console world where nothing anymore is backwards compatible. They all used to be. Everywhere, all the way up until this generation, was backwards compatible. And now
Actually, none of the
everybody's like,
Nintendo
fuck it.
games except for the handhelds.
I was gonna say Nintendo still does it. Nintendo still does it.
Yeah.
You can play Wii games on the Wii U.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's fine. But Sony,
kept the games
Microsoft are like, you buy a new console.
Yeah.
It's really weird because Nintendo never did that, and then when the new console stopped doing it, they did it.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
I will say that
Need a new PS2, please.
the thing with Rockstar, just I don't know why I'm so mad about Grand Theft Auto 5, because Rockstar has consistently shown that, one, they don't really like to put games on PC, and two, when they do, the ports are universally awful.
Yep.
Welcome to Bungie in a year. You're gonna hate Destiny, and it's gonna make me sad.
You know, I was just saying this earlier. Microsoft really needs to pull their head out of their ass and figure out how to actually make the Xbox One display things at 1080p like they promised it would. There's no
Oh, yeah.
fucking reason that a brand new console can't output at 1080p.
Especially
I love how
now
they brag
considering.
about it and then they don't do anything. It's kind of weird.
But to cut you off for a second, Mike,
Especially.
there's something else, something really wrong about the entire Xbox One architecture to me, because when they're talking about the fact that they can already stream Twitch video, but their engineers are having trouble figuring out how to write an application that'll take still frame screenshots at the press of a button, there's something fucked up in your back end.
They can. Wow.
Actually,
they can.
that is a big what?
Yeah, they're having trouble. I think they're having trouble with stills and screenshots, but you can say to your Xbox, record that.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna and then no, that's happened to me before. I was watching a stream and somebody said Xbox such and such, and my Xbox responded, and I was like, Xbox, stop listening.
But yeah, there's the Xbox One, a lot of things about it bother me from a technical perspective. Not because I hate the Xbox. I don't. I have a 360 and I love the thing to death, but there's some things going on there that just don't make sense.
I think it's hilarious. I told you when I was on the call with them because my Kinect had broken, I got it replaced.
It's okay.
You
that
asked
my
them about
cat
the cat's
is
tail.
watching Netflix. Yeah,
Yeah.
my cat can watch Netflix because his tail went like this and it started Netflix. I was like, "Are you fucking serious? I'm sitting right here. I didn't want to watch Netflix. My cat did it."
Look at Sheba.
She was like, "I'm gonna watch all the Netflix."
I'm just gonna say 720p nowadays is unacceptable.
She's
Mostly.
another piece.
Does it not do
Because-
1080? I can render in 1080 from there.
What it does is they're using software tricks to make it scale up to 1080. It doesn't natively render at 1080.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at the source because I can do in the movie editor. I can have it match source and see what goes on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the source is gonna be 1080 because they essentially software scale it to 1080, but it's actually rendered in 720.
Yeah, it's
The thing that's really strange about it is if you think about it, 720p has been out for ages. 1080p has been out for ages, and guess what?
I love 1440.
4K displays. 4K displays are literally around the corner. I'm actually considering with the next display I'm gonna buy if I'm gonna buy a 4K or not.
yeah.
Because I'm probably gonna buy a 4K 20-some inch screen or something like that. As a third monitor, because 2 aren't enough.
So
First world problems.
here's,
Yeah, I was going to say
here's
hashtag first world problems.
Here's the other thing that gets me about Microsoft not being able to make the Xbox One natively output at 1080. It doesn't happen with every game on the system, but the fucking Wii U runs at 1080p.
Oh my god.
Yep.
I thought there were two GameCubes glued together with the Wii. I've been lied to. I've been lied to.
But yeah,
It's amazing that they can't figure out how to do it
With a DS screen.
with the technology we have currently.
Yeah.
It is beyond unacceptable.
boggles
that
my
is
mind.
It is ridiculous. As I said, 4K displays are around. Why the fuck are we still rendering in 720p?
Yep. You know what's
Yeah,
you know what's really fun too? Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous is in beta. It obviously runs at 1080 because it's a PC game, but they support 4K and Oculus Rift, and they have a dedicated button on your keyboard by default that automatically goes from whatever you're running at to 4K. It's just a button that they put up there because they're like, our graphics engine is badass as fuck.
And then the computer
Welcome
breaks, it
to
explodes.
software engineering done right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Elite knows what they're doing. Let's talk about Carmageddon.
Can I talk about the thing? Oh.
Go.
Okay.
Go, Nico.
go ahead, Nico.
Okay, guys. Five Nights at Freddy's 2's out. It's not gonna be out, but the trailer's out. I'm so happy. No doors.
Wait,
Never
so is it
doors.
10 days at Freddy's?
No, No, it's just Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Oh.
It
I
is
even
literally
gave Dime.
multiplied.
I even gave Dime a link for it. I even gave Dime a link on his Skype.
Was it
for
just
the
like
trailer.
look better or?
It looks. Not only does it look better, it's a completely different play style. 2 different cameras. There's no doors. Now you have to kind of sneak. And apparently, you can move around in the game. They didn't
Instead
show
of
that
just
in the
sitting on
trailer,
your
but he
ass?
hints at that. No, I don't think you're sitting on your ass anymore. I mean, at the trailer, it still shows you sitting, but I thought I read something that said he said is you can move. So
Why would you move? I like the fact that you're sitting with a wall behind you, because as soon as you start moving, you then have to worry about what the fuck's behind you. I don't like that.
but you have no
Welcome
doors
to
anyway.
everything
so what's
about
the point?
Arma.
Arma, I'm pretty sure Arma characters don't wear suits.
I'm pretty sure
kill
if I
you.
knew how to hack, I could hack in a wall to follow my ass around in Arma.
You actually can, yeah.
Yeah, alright then.
I know
I'll do
exactly. I actually know the command how to do that, which is
sorry.
really odd.
Can I put a
The reason
tank
why-
facing the other direction behind it too?
The reason why I added this segment is because we don't have any Halloween-based things. If you've realized that, and it's almost Halloween, guys. It's Friday.
Halloween's my favorite holiday. I love Halloween.
Also,
I
it's
personally
the
am a
Velociraptor
Christmas
in
person.
Arma.
The Velociraptors.
I'm not kidding. There's a Velociraptor mon.
That's amazing.
What is this, Dino Crisis?
Can I
Hang
put
on.
them on leashes and carry them with me, like was shown in The Walking Dead?
That would be
Because nobody
amazing.
would fuck with me then.
Oh,
Oh, fun fact! A scary part in this game was happening. The scary part was happening in the trailer, and all my electricity went out right before it happened.
yeah, it was
Steven's
interesting.
Hey, precious.
She had a panic attack.
Yeah, I had a really bad panic attack.
So, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is the thing for some reason.
People liked it. People really liked the game. It's cheap too. It's only the game's only $5, man. If you
Yeah,
guys
it
want to try a horror game that's not gonna break your bank, do it.
I think that Five Nights at Freddy's hit YouTube and it signal boosted and went crazy, and that's why
Yeah.
they developed another one.
Wow,
So-
them
Oh,
some
yeah.
good-looking raptor models.
Yeah, they're not shitting around with
Oh my
that.
god! Fucking the Armor 3 show. That's bad.
I know, right?
All right.
Well, the website is called Armaholic.
So, Carmageddon Reincarnation. It's a thing.
What is that? I
Jurassic
looked at it for
Park?
like 2 seconds, but I didn't.
Mike, don't look surprised. She doesn't know anything about old computer games.
What
Except,
computer game are we talking
except if you're talking about Echo the Dolphin, where you actually had to quit Windows and run on the T screen to get it to start.
But Echo the Dolphin was a Sega game.
That was the game that I had for PC back in the day. Echo the Dolphin.
All my hope in humanity
That was
is
Sega Genesis.
lost.
Yeah,
But I'm not all of humanity. I'm just one person.
that's
All
that
of
bad.
humanity is affected by that.
I at least played.
Echo the Dolphin was a great game.
Okay, Carmageddon is a game where you drive a car or
Thanks.
Really?
giant spiky truck with blades
You
and things
fight
all
other-
over it, and you race against other drivers, or you murder them horribly, or you can also win by running over and killing every pedestrian in the level.
So it's like Death Race.
Basically, it's the video game version of Death Race.
I blame this game for everything on like every bad car accident. I'm
Well,
scared
like
of Pennsylvania's traffic sometimes.
there's definitely a console game that's similar to that, with the clown on the front. I forget what it's called.
No, not
Twisted Metal.
No,
Twisted
Twisted Metal
Metal.
is not similar to this
Nope.
game.
Okay.
It might
Although
have
a
even.
great game.
It is a great game.
Twisted Metal is so fun.
I like Twisted Metal too.
You
And
don't-
Twisted Metal Black had a very interesting take.
You don't usually do, don't usually do donuts on people's corpses and spin their blood around into giant trails on the walls in
No,
Twisted Metal.
no.
So,
You usually just kill
Farts.
each other in cars in Twisted Metals.
yeah.
But it's fabulous.
I do enjoy some of the new
Oh.
levels. There's a nuclear power plant, which is an homage to Carmageddon 2. And it's amazing to go driving around in there and run down all the scientists, especially the fat one that tries to run screaming and just waddles ineffectively. That's highly amusing. But they brought back the I can't remember the name of the weapon, Mike, but it's the one that the opponent repulsor that fires the cars away from you with giant metal springs at like Mach 9. It's oh god, it's so much fun. And they
Mach 9 exists? I thought we were up to like 4 or 5.
They brought back the tow truck that has the snowplow grill on the front of it that's been turned into giant chomping jaws. So,
Oh wow.
games in early alpha, it's buggy as hell. Like even on my machine, I struggled to get it to capture at 30 FPS. Like I had major
That's a
issues.
bad sign, though.
Yeah, I had major problems getting it to
When
run.
is this supposed? When,
This is alpha, right?
Well, he said
it's-
early alpha.
oh,
not
it's
even-
early alpha.
It's early
I
alpha.
thought he said alpha because
No.
for an alpha that would be kind of.
It's like the programmer was like, I'm
on
going to do
the
a second
edge.
one of these and just vomit it on the screen early alpha.
Yeah, it works, but it doesn't work well. But it's super early. They did add a mechanic now. All the cars have fully modeled damage. Like the video right now, my car was completely missing its back left wheel. But Mike, what are you doing?
Ylwranger.
What?
How do you know our trade secret?
I was like, I think that's how it works. I don't know.
You too. Oh, I also am
I
running.
keep-
I don't code! I don't code! I maintain I don't code!
Mike, I'm running over penguins right now in the video.
I'm. Yeah.
They also have added in a way to.
Oh!
They've added a currency system so that you can repair your car on the fly, which is nice.
Cool.
It's fun. It's like I said, it's real early. It's still got some problems. I'm just happy the series is back. It was a fun series of games. It was amazingly tongue in cheek. The driving underwater thing needs a little work. So, or maybe just remove.
You can drive underwater?
Hell yeah! Haven't you played Roundabout? Fucking spinning limousines love going underwater. Rachel's like, he's not going to say anything else. He's just going to leave it at that.
Yeah, that's
I opened the door and Sheba left.
She doesn't like spinning underwater limousines, apparently. So yeah, Carmageddon 2 is a thing. So the last couple things that we're going to talk about tonight is... Let's just go ahead and get Arma out of the way real quick. Mike?
What do you mean Arma out of the way real quick and then you turned it to Mike? That doesn't make any sense.
Arma
That's
3,
not going to be...
Mike, there's Arma 3 helicopter DLC plus Make Arma Not War contest. So...
Yes. The Arma 3 is getting a major patch on November the 4th. Which is going to introduce the helicopter DLC with 2 additional helicopters. The new flight model will be introduced into the main branch of Arma, and a lot of cool new features along with it, like shooting from helicopters, or shooting from vehicles, or sling loading, or dime eating from cereal box.
Rude! Do I eat during your show? No.
Pulls gun out of cereal box. What, motherfucker?
Yeah. Also,
So,
Nico never turns on her camera, so we don't know if she's eating or not.
Yeah, but I don't scrape through food. Nerd.
Or type on really loud keyboards.
Tells Dime off about his own show.
So good. So yeah, there's gonna be a big ass patch coming up, and most of the features are actually free. So that's pretty cool.
Bohemia is really good about that. So,
Say again?
I said Bohemia is really good about that. Not charging you
Yeah.
for a bunch of extra shit.
Yeah. And of course, the entries for the Make Arma Not War contest have been finalized. So now people can actually vote on that contest, which is a contest about making contributions to the add-ons, maps, multiplayer missions, editors, all sorts of things that community built things for armor, and they have like this really big contest running, and the entries are now finalized, and now you can vote until next year, I believe.
Shit, Mike, we totally should have made a mod out of our video that we did where we were on a nature safari. Which we should have turned that into a mod and submitted it.
Okay.
Rolling. That's gonna keep on rolling.
Yeah, but you know how I was testing a mod earlier? That is probably gonna be one of the winning entries, because it literally adds so much shit and it's so well done. So
cool.
Mike is excited.
That's a big prize pool.
That's the armor section.
Excite Mike.
Thank you,
That
Mike.
is a big prize pool, yeah.
Yeah, it's $500,000.
There's an Excite Bike stage for Wii U in Smash Bros.
Cool.
No, not Smash Bros. No, in Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8's gonna get an Excite Bike stage. I'm sorry, it reminded me.
That's a weird logic jump, but okay. Who put Sunset Overdrive on here? Because I know it wasn't me. Ranger.
Was me or...
Go ahead, Ranger.
Yeah, well, it actually ties in to the kind of what we were saying before about how, like, reactions to the game, from what I've seen, at least personally so far, is not really what I was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you see, like, the demos and all this kind of stuff from E3 and all this junk, and it's like, you're like, yes, the game is colorful and there's stuff to do everywhere, and, you know, it's going to be amazing. And then I see some of my favorite YouTubers cover it, and they're like, this is the most boring shit I've ever seen. And these characters are overdone, and it makes everything really flat and horrible. It's like, I just ordered this game yesterday. It's coming here. And I was like,
Aww.
like, I really think that, but still, even watching the game and hearing what these people have to say about it, like, I still think that I'm going to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's like, you know, not expecting the reaction, you know, like, I really wanted people to be more, you know,
enthusiastic about it.
yeah. I definitely thought it was going to be a little bit better, at least in the YouTube community. I thought it was going to be better received than it seems to have been so far. So, I mean, I really want to play it. It seems really cool. I think there's a couple things that are, like, very, I think tongue-in-cheek is the right word, where you're like, okay, I get it, thanks.
Yeah.
But,
I like its look.
yeah, I love all the colors, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could smell the colors.
It's got...
Yeah, I love the colors. I like doing... Sorry, go ahead.
It's got a lot of good reviews, but it's also getting shit on a lot.
Yeah, it is getting shit on a lot. And, like, it might be, you know, Grind on Rail Simulator 2014.
The one thing that bugs me
from what I've seen so far.
The one thing that bugs me about it, and I'm with you, I love the colors. I said that when we first looked at the game, but now that we've gotten to see more of the actual game in action, it does not look like a next-gen title. This looks like a second or third year Xbox 360 game. Like, it does not look that good.
It looks like Mad World, but with color instead.
But it's got...
Yeah,
like,
I want to get it. You know what? I want to get it. I'm going to put it in my Xbox, and I want to see it for myself.
Yeah, because I'm just looking at... And I know that with
because
an open
I
world,
want to know how it ends up feeling.
I know that with an open world game, it's harder to make all the graphical fidelity really, really high like you can do with, you know, other types of games. But, like, just looking at this, there's some really lazy-ass, like... And this is not even, like, me being my normal graphic snob stuff. There's just some really fucking lazy texture work in this game. I'm not gonna jump on the anti-aliasing bandwagon, because we all know the consoles can't anti-alias worth shit, so that's not worth talking about. But there's just some stuff here that just does not look up to par with what I would expect from a supposed next-gen console.
Like, even from what I've seen so far, okay, you go through the tutorial and it shows you how to do all this really cool stuff, and then you're thrust into the open world area, and all I've seen people do is grinding on rails.
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally, that's it.
It's
and
Jet Set Radio, the game.
And then when you're not, see, the thing is you, like, when you're not on a rail, you move really slow, and it's like really boring. So like it's meant for the building up all the combos and you never stop moving and all those kinds of things. So like I think that's where the meta will go. Like people will do speed runs and you never touch the floor and all those kinds of stuff. Like that's where it's gonna go. But as far as like a first impression, like it doesn't give an awesome first impression. But I think that the meta of the game should take it elsewhere.
The one thing
There is
So-
a rule in sandbox games: do not take the speed away.
Yeah.
Do not take.
The one thing that it's doing so far
Speed away.
consistently as I watch this guy play, and it's something I hate about Saints Row 3 and Saints Row 4, and I think you all know I love those games, but please, for the love of God, no more goddamn weapon wheels. I'm so sick
Yes,
of that
please,
fucking
no.
gameplay mechanic. So,
Well, consoles don't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
Ranger?
Yeah, but old
You know
games
what
let you
you-
just toggle with L and the R button there.
Or you toggle with the D-pad. I don't need a fucking wheel that pulls up over my entire game and screws up the action to switch guns. There are plenty of ways to do it without a weapon wheel, even
Yeah.
on console. Hell, it's an Xbox One game. Make the fucking Kinect do something instead of sitting there like an asshole.
Yeah, and like the beginning scene, which is coming up for me now, but I'm sure people have seen it. The intro scene, you just see a bunch of people that are douchebag, idiot, horrible people. Like, I feel like, even, like, okay, removed from this, in a zombie apocalypse, you feel bad for the
So-
zombies.
So Capcom of Japan basically is
But
in the intro
you
of this
don't
game.
feel bad. Yeah, well, I'm just saying that, like, in a zombie apocalypse, you feel bad. You're like, oh my god, you used to be a human being, you know, this sucks. I would want to kill these guys even before they turn into monsters. Because they're just dicks. It's like,
Well, that happens. I'm surprised Nico didn't have anything to say about that Capcom of Japan comment.
I didn't see it.
You didn't hear me say it? Ranger was saying all
Yeah,
the
he
people...
said it.
No.
Ranger said all the people in the intro are horrible douchebags, so it's like, oh, Capcom of Japan is in this game then.
Yeah, Capcom. Buy Breath of Fire.
thanks,
Buy
Nico.
Mega Man. Buy everything that ever good existed for you.
Yeah, by my childhood.
Except maybe Street Fighter.
So, PewDiePie apparently thinks the game is awesome.
Yeah. Like, literally the only thing they're sting on.
So I think that in what the community will create for the game, there's a lot of potential. But as far as what I've seen of the storyline so far, I'm not super impressed quite yet. But I also haven't played it personally myself. I've just
Yeah.
seen stuff.
Well,
My game should get here by the end of the week, so I'll be able to play it and see what's actually up.
you'll have been able to get a good long time into it before the next show, too, so you can actually have a good opinion on it. And I'm assuming, it being you, there'll probably be some video content about it as well.
Yeah, I could do that. Yep. I really need to finish Ethan Carter though before Halloween happens.
So, the last thing I want to talk about tonight, and it may be a very short conversation, am I the only one that has the new Civ?
I have
Yeah.
it, but I just finished downloading it. I haven't played it yet.
Everyone
I...
doesn't have it, so I'm gonna be quiet.
Digmbot is not overly impressed.
From what
Oh,
I've
why?
seen, it's okay. It's an okay expansion, but other
They-
than that, it's not really super impressive.
You just
Um,
nailed exactly what I thought when I got done with my first match of the game, which is this really should have just been DLC for Civ 5.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, there's videos that I've seen where the devs were actually part of the video, and they try to explain all these differences. You know, they kept saying this phrase, and it's different from Civ because.
mhm.
So like they really want it to be distinguished from normal Civ, but it's kind of hard when you're just making essentially an expansion
and
on the game anyway.
the new tech web is insanely confusing. I'm sure that'll
I
get.
actually find it rather straightforward.
I'm sure
Yeah, I
it'll
really
be-
like the idea.
I
of it.
like the idea, and I was going to say I think that will go away once I learn the technologies in this game. But at first
Well,
glance,
the devs had said they didn't want a linear tree,
Mhm.
and they wanted it all to be situational.
Yeah.
So, like, if you find out that you spawn near a whole bunch of aliens and you're going to do a certain thing, you're going to do a certain thing. And they said that in general, the games end up having a teardrop shape.
Mhm.
So you kind of get all of the ones near the center, and you kind of find the tree that's most advantageous for you.
Yeah, and I'm
So
not,
it's not like you would enter a game and be like, I'm going to do the domination victory no matter
yeah,
what.
I'm not saying I don't like the tech web. I'm just saying that it's confusing because there's a lot of stuff, and
It's
I have to get used to it. The one thing, and the IGN reviewer said this, and I had the exact same experience. And I don't understand it. There is no after game report like you used to get. You just win or you lose, and you don't know why you lost, and it boots you back to the main menu with no explanation.
Maybe they might
Oh,
make
I
it.
used to like the map where it would show you who expanded.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
And then you could see when there was wars and you took over people. I like that.
It
I'm
does not
guessing
do
that's
that.
gonna be patched in.
I would hope so.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's the game is fun. It is fun. The other major complaint that I have, and it's one criticism I've also seen leveled in a lot of reviews, the aliens are fucking pointless. They serve no point in being on that map. The devs missed a huge opportunity to have them do anything to impact your game. By the time you get to turn 50, the only thing that they do is annoy you by standing on tiles that you want. There's literally nothing, no interaction, nothing you could do with the aliens beside ignore them or kill them. And you're going to have to kill them because they're going to be in your fucking way.
I'll have to see what I play.
For again, it's gonna be one of those things which is like, yeah, it has its annoyances, but it's fun overall, and it's always been like that for the Civ series, as far as I'm aware. Like,
I think what's hurting it though, Mike, is that Civ 5, not basic Civ 5, but Civ 5 where you know, gods and kings and with all the religions.
yeah.
That verse is so good. Such a
It
great
is
game.
goddamn good.
And not having religions in Beyond Earth really hurts. Like, now people have data mined the game, and they've found things in there that make it pretty clear that religions are probably coming at some point, because there's a whole list of religions, and they are tied to Beyond Earth specific data in the game. It's not like they're just holdovers from Civ 5 code. But the game really needs it. It really does.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm gonna give it a while until they like patch it up to a standpoint where I can like say, yeah, I'm gonna have fun with this.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I need to get game time in because I have plenty of hours logged on Civ 5. I think I want to get proficient at where it is, and then I think I'll appreciate the patches more.
I'll be interested in playing you in the game, Ranger. Should be interesting.
You want to do versus or you want to be friendly?
Either one. We should probably do a friendly. The one thing I automatically, or I think also was kind of a missed opportunity, is in Civ, all the enemy leaders, or not enemy, but all the other countries' leaders, nationalities, they all felt really distinct, and you knew who they were, and you knew what their kind of playstyle was going to be, what their buffs and everything were, just by looking at them. With Beyond Earth, I immediately forget who the hell these people are as soon as they leave the screen.
I think that is the trouble, that they wanted to kind of make it so that you could shape it more than having it just be you would play as this person.
Yeah.
And so that's like the trap you fall into when you give too much control, right? So if you wanna give the player as most customization as they want to have ever, and all these different things, it just everything turns into one plane.
To excuse me, to answer the question that just came into the chat, no, you cannot still do the Gandhi's thing. Civ Beyond Earth is back to only 3 winning conditions as it stands right now. There's only 3 ways to win. So
Yeah.
it's literally
It's again one of those things I kind of want to wait until they like develop the rest of it and like ship out a couple of extra features before I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy this and play it.
Yeah, and to address it as well for the question, there's not like it's not they took the civs and they smushed them together. So there's like they're all groups of people that would have come from several places. So like I think one of them is like all of the Philippines, and that's like that whole area of the world is like just one thing.
Yeah.
So
South America, North America, Canada. Canada's not part of North America. Canada's just Canada. Africa.
It's interesting. Africa and oh god, I'm surprised they haven't taken any flack. The voice actor they chose for the African guy, it is so racist.
Oh, is it just an African sounding dialect?
Yeah, but I mean, it's actual real language, but it is the
Real language.
It's English,
Real
but it's
language.
the absolute stereotype African accent, and it's like I was even offended a little bit.
No,
So
that's a lot from you.
White people
Yeah.
get angry.
all right.
Oh, sorry.
So the consensus is going to be that we all want to see some improvements to Beyond Earth. Mike will get it when that happens, and Ranger and I will continue to test the game out. We're already running a little over, although we started a little late. So, but yeah,
well, yeah, we started a little late
next
with pony fanfiction.
Fuck. Bad Nico. Next show is on.
No ponies for Nico.
Next show is on November 11th. Oh, by the way, we beat Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep in Borderlands 2 today. So,
Nerds.
is it spoilerish to tell people who the queen at the end of the campaign, the DLC
Yes.
campaign is?
Don't
Yes.
No spoilers. No, you're typing it. No. No.
He ruined it.
Ruined it.
I ruined
It's
it.
amazing.
Now I don't have to play the game. Ruined it.
All right. Next show is on November 11th. So, yeah.
Time to get turkey basters
11.
out.
Also,
It's time to eat on the date that we murdered a bunch of
Anniversary
Indians.
I'm gonna go ahead and do something I don't normally do. We had them on the top 10 show on Sanitarium.fm last night. If you have an iPhone on November 1st, go download Pet Pat by Goodnight Games on iOS. Because it's amazing. It's a game where you have to pet small fluffy animals, and if you don't, they will burst into tears and cry.
Oh God! I was just laughing.
And when you do pet them enough and they get happy, they pop like balloons, so you can pet more animals. You can even pet an octopus
Really?
underwater.
If you pet it enough, it pops.
Yes.
Seriously, give me a fucking
Mike?
break.
Like the
Drop
last
the mic.
last thing I want to say, Mike will love this from a dev standpoint. We asked Laura straight up because the way they test their games is they put them on phones and they go out into the middle of New York City and shove the phones at people and say, "Play this." So
Wow, that's aggressive.
yeah,
That's forward.
But I asked him, I was like, "So is it all the testing you do that keeps most of your games from having very many bugs, because their games don't have a lot of bugs?" He's like, I'd say part of it is luck, but mostly it's because we make sure that we sacrifice an adequate number of goats and cattle to Marduk, and the more we sacrifice, the less bugs we have. So
How do you know the
Hashtag
secret?
sounds legit.
yeah,
Again, like my essentially my basement is filled with like goats and stuff.
yeah.
I'm calling the German police.
He told us that they want to put they want to have a blood room in their office, just like a room where the walls are splattered with blood, and anytime they need to negotiate with somebody about business, they just take them and do it in that room and act like nothing's wrong.
They should
that's
video
good.
that and put it on YouTube. They'll make
He's-
millions of dollars.
He's one of the best. He's one of my favorite devs. That's why I plug in the game, because they have an amazing sense of humor, and those guys work really hard. They make good games, but they work really hard. They've banged out 3 games in the past 14 months, and all of them are really good. So they managed to make a stealth
But they all
action.
feature film.
They managed to make a stealth action game work on a phone screen. And
I heard about that game.
yeah, Shadow Protocol. They also only charge 99 cents for all their games.
I did a
They
video
don't
on
have,
that game.
Yep, they don't have in-app purchases, and they don't do DLC. They want you to get your game from them for 99 cents and have the whole game.
What sweethearts.
They're very cool.
Drop some mic.
Drops the mic. So, we will be back
Just drops
on November 11th, I said?
11th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Who's taking us out tonight?
I've been doing it a lot. Maybe I should let people do somebody else do it.
Let Mike do it. Mike's here.
Let Ranger do it.
No, Ranger doesn't want to do it.
Ranger, do it. Oh, God.
No.
How are you?
Mike should do it.
Go, Mike.
I
He's
think
ready.
I think
He
He
Ranger
brought
is
his
supposed
mic
to-
all the way down to his face.
No, I'm actually bringing it up, but
Oh, because you said you used to anyway. Never mind.
no,
That's
I
okay.
actually moved it from there because it echoed too much.
Oh.
I think Ylwranger should do it tonight.
No, come on! Jesus!
Go for it.
Ranger doesn't want to do it. Don't make me do it.
Ranger, stop being a big baby. Stop being a big
Okay,
baby,
I
Ranger.
do it then.
Oh, okay.
Fine,
No.
fine, I do it.
Yeah, I might do it.
Thanks for-
You're already organizing Mike on the screen. Please. I can see it, even though it's 30 seconds delayed.
Thanks for watching the Digmcast. Of course, today with Digmbot, Ylwranger, Nekokitwolf, and of course me, MikeMatrix. We'll be back November 11th. See you until then. Stay
Bye-bye.
juicy.
Ew, God. I'm
Oh, God, what?